I know a lot of people love this thing, and you want to shove the all-time coaching win percentage NBA history, 740 win percentage over the last 3 seasons. Like, great, all of that. But, like, the Hardo act, the way he goes at some reporters, and he does it in such a bitchy Hardo fashion, he's good as a motivator. I think he keeps the egos happy. I think he's good that way. How is he as a tactician? How is he as an in-game coach? He's just too reliant on the threes. And then this Hardo act. I'm not the biggest Mazzulla guy.
It's a combination Hardo and new age mumbo jumbo.
Yeah.
I mean, the post-conscious, unconscious state and the duality of is new age mumbo jumbo gobbledygook. It's poppycock. It's trash, is what it is. All right, I'm just going to, my thoughts on Mazzulla. You all probably know them if you've listened to the show. I don't think much of him as a coach. I really don't. But it's not that that he has no redeeming qualities. You know, he is a young, hardworking, driven, motivated guy.
Yeah.
There's no question about that. He definitely has the locker room. I feel that he's done a good job, and the players relate to him. And even though he's probably in the bag for Tatum, that he hasn't lost Brown over it. He hasn't lost the room over it. The team plays hard. I think they're without drama. I mean, really, you don't hear off-court crap with these guys.
No, he keeps the egos in check. I think that's his best attribute.
So that's really nice. It's not easy to do in the NBA. Have that talented a team and have a hard-working, mostly together, drama-less sort of thing. He deserves credit for that. So I give Joe, he has helped with the atmosphere in the locker room. That's really good, really solid. And again, I think he's motivated and intense, and I think intelligent, but I frankly don't know how intelligent because I don't trust the numbers guys. And I think he's a numbers guy. I think he's hyper-reliant on analytics. He's hyper-reliant on the numbers. And I generally look at those. And so, I mean, they're intelligent, but are they basketball smart? You know what I mean?
Of course.
So that's what I'm driving at. He obviously has got a big brain because he can handle all those numbers and all that data. And so, like, I'm not saying he's some sort of idiot, but I don't know if he's a smart basketball guy the way I would want a smart basketball guy to be. Instinctive. I think, by definition, the numbers guys are not instinctive, and the numbers guys, to me, are not good coaches, and I do not think Joe Mazzulla is a good coach, and I think I have more evidence of it than you could ever have, and that is last year. You played, you coached, your play style and your coaching cost you a shot at a championship. And everybody knows it. You can't argue that. And whether that play style comes from upstairs or Mazzulla, he's an adherent of it. So he wanted him playing that way. And the in-game stuff, again, is overrated overall, but we saw a couple of cases here where the in-game stuff really hurt him and really hurt you. The coaching and play style of this team cost you a chance at another championship. So I do not feel good about Joe Mazzulla, but I'll just say again, young, hardworking, can he change? Can he get better? Can he learn? Can he evolve? Can he go away from the numbers and just coach the game more like it's needed? Maybe.
Yeah, anyone can change. It's just is the willingness there.
So that's what it's going to have to be. Otherwise, he's holding you back, and your play style's holding you back. And I've been telling you that. I told you that before you lost to the Knicks, and now you know it. Now you know I'm right. So the play style that Mazzulla preaches and believes in cost you. If it's going to work, he has to get better. He's got to change, and he's got to get better. And if he does, maybe he'll be okay. But otherwise, I wouldn't feel great about it. We'll go back to the phones here. How about Billy in the car? Go ahead, Billy.
Hey, guys. Speaking of somebody that definitely does not deserve a statue, I think Breslow, after making one good trade where he got the ace pitcher, everything else has been terrible. He hasn't had any feelings. Speaking of somebody that doesn't have good instincts, I think he's been going downhill. And if somebody holds the Red Sox back, I think it's going to be him with the core they have.
Listen, I'm going to stop you. Is he being too harsh, Maz?
Maybe a little bit. Like, look, I would say that the Crochet deal in a lot of ways is an easy one because everybody knew the guy was an elite talent. And I would give Breslow credit for Narvaez. Like, that's a good move. They identified a guy in the Yankee system, and again, it goes under his watch. So however they got him, that was a guy that had more value than what was that the Yankees thought he had, and they got him over here, and he's been a good ad. So, like, to me, that's a good move. Now, in the bigger picture, do I worry about Breslow? Yes, I do. I think he's one of these guys that is going to be, generally speaking, defer on the side of caution and always make a move with the long term more in mind than the short. That would scare me a little bit because, to win, sometimes you got to sacrifice the long term.
Joe and Danvers, you're up next on Agenda Free Friday with Felger, Mazz, and Big Jim Murray. Go ahead, Joe.
Hey, Felger, happy Jeff Fisher Day. I wanted to say quick, Joe Mazzulla might suck. He kind of sucks, but like when he jumps on the court and tries to block the guy's shot after the whistle so they can't get the shot off, that's cutting-edge stuff. Not a lot of coaches are doing that.
Tell me.
But a couple quickies. So I think you remember 5 years ago you gambled on the Patriots opening day against the Redskins at the time. Who you got tonight? It's -6.5 pass. I think they definitely win for Vrabel, for Brady. Mazz, we going to get anything out of that picture with the tattoos? Tanner Houck and Jim. I got a tier in a
Quick.
Potential. Tom Brady could be doing the Brian Urlacher juke. Remember when he juked Urlacher? He did that sweet ass spike. And then the best tier.
I'm going to stop. Enough.
The more I look at it, I'm convinced he's holding up the Lombardi Trophy.
So
there's a point to it with the way it's draped.
And as you talk about it, they're going to want the Lombardi the championships represented there somehow.
Right.
To turn it, to tie it into the team or the era. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And if it's just Brady, then the Crafts are left out, and the Crafts are not going to be left out.
With the trophy, it's remember how awesome we all were?
Exactly. Exactly. The trophy's in there.
We are represented in the trophy.
I would have weighed in on some of the things that he said, but when you give me 8 things, I can't remember any of them. Was there any one thing in there that he said that
there was something?
There was something, but that's when you ramble on and give us like 18 things. One take at a time.
Point spread in the game? Was it about
point spread in the game?
Yeah. What are you betting tonight?
Nothing, but I would bet first half. So I learned my lesson. By the way, that bet that I bet 5 years ago, I nailed, except I lost.
What?
Yeah,
I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why. Exactly. Mazz knows what I'm talking about.
No, not really.
Yes, you do.
Nah.
The Patriots had done nothing in training camp. Bill put him through a chill bill, total nothing first 2 weeks of training camp. And I said, they can't possibly be ready. How could you? I would, lay it in on the Skins, right? Or the Commanders, whatever. And I think the Commanders were up like 17-3 at half.
All right, you got backdoored by...
I got backdoored by all the jabronis who were working at the car wash the next week.
Who was the quarterback at the time? But that's right. Yeah.
Yes,
right.
yes. I got I was counting my money, and then all the dudes that the guys that ended up selling insurance 2 weeks later cost me my money. And that's the last time I bet preseason. That's why I don't know how you bet preseason, but people do. It's part of the reason why this game will never go away because of the handle, as I've been told by our sources in the gambling community. There's too much bet on these games. But I don't know how you do it. First half, when the real players, maybe. How about Marty in the car? Go ahead, Marty.
Yeah, thanks. On Mazzulla, I guess the way that I look at it, it's very similar to you guys, is that, one, I think basketball is a very, very difficult sport to coach. You got $1 billion in salaries tied up in Brown and Tatum. I think Danny Ainge and Stevens are two elite basketball minds, and they couldn't reach them. Mazzulla has reached Tatum. And the last thing I'd say on the Celtics, I still think Brown and Tatum lack that killer drive. And Mazzulla almost has to give that to Tatum. And without it, they can't do it on their own. They're not Bird. They're not Jordan. They just don't have that. And Mazzulla reached Tatum. You got $1 billion in those two guys. I think you have to ride with him.
Okay. Well, you're hitting on the strengths, and I would agree with. I'm not a Mazzulla guy at all, but I agree with those strengths. That he can reach Tatum, and if he's there for Tatum, and you get the most out of Tatum, then that's definitely a reason to keep him. A reason. I think the bad outweigh the good, but you're hitting on the strength. I think that's it. That's the reason to do it. Tatum. Mike in Connecticut from Mazz, I think. Go ahead, Mike.
Well, Well, I know you guys got a show to do, but your take on the Coach Vrabel getting in a fight yesterday, if you did any research, you'd know by all accounts he was trying to break up the fight because he had his rookie running back in the bottom of the pile. You're talking like he was throwing punches at helmets or something, just disingenuous, and it gave you something to whine about.
Okay, Mike, thanks for the thorough research there on that. Where was Dan Quinn? How come he didn't run in there?
Yeah, so I was just going to say, I don't care whether he's fighting or breaking it up. What's the difference? Once you jump in and start getting physical with everybody, you're part of it. So that is incumbent upon other players to get involved and break it up or what have you. And look, I would say even assistants. I don't remember Belichick ever getting in the way of one of those, ever.